Ahoy there, lads and surly wenches. My name is the Angry Pirate, and I have a match for you against Mootypwns from my stream the other day. Or, no, I think it was just after the stream, but yeah, it was a pretty cool match. It actually turned out to be probably the closest game I've had so far to date. I think the last time I said that was quite a while ago, but, you know, this was definitely one of those matches where if you see the ending, you'll see what I'm talking about, but yeah, little fact just before we start the game. We had a game just before this. She had the same team, so I had some sort of like pre-knowledge of her sets, but not all of them. Actually, it was probably only the Jinx I saw, because that Jinx basically just swept my team 6-0. So we're gonna pretend that game never happened, and you know, I swapped out a couple of my team members. I wouldn't say I tried to counter team, but I tried to make sure that it was a more balanced team in general. Like, I think I swapped out Mr. Mime, I swapped out one of my rapid spinners, sorry, one of my defensive walls. I don't know, it was a much more balanced team the second time round, so I figured, yep, let's give it a go. Gonna go with your boy Glaceon on the first turn, because I figure I can take any single hit from a golem unless it's a 5-turn rock blast like that. That was unfortunate because that was my special wall, but yeah, what can you do? I figure I may as well go to Luminion here just to get off a Surf or Ice Beam or whatever. I just basically don't want rocks up because I can't be dealing with that rapid spinning with Jinx around, you know? Bit risky. So in comes the Luxray, and from the last battle I have the prior knowledge that it's Scarfed, although I'd probably assume that anyway because, hey, that's what Luxray does, he's a good Scarfer. So I go to my Magmar because I predicted either HP Ice or Ice Fang because I have like Sandshrew plus Shift Free left, but no, I should go straight for the Volt Switch, that's fine. Now I gotta switch out. I do not want to be taking any hits from Sork, and I'm gonna go to Shrew Manchu, who is definitely the star player of the game. Well, look at that, look, that's a Sork, probably Adamant, don't know. It turns out it's not banded, but that's still pretty impressive to take the damage like that. But in all the times I've seen Sork, I've seen many a Sork. Sandshrew has beaten many a Sork, but this is the only Sork I've seen with Taunt, which is like, oh, that's awkward. Now I've got to go for the knockoff on the incoming Mandibuzz, and I do not want to be staying in there because I have nothing to do to it, so I go to Luminion for the sake of it. I didn't want to go to Shiftery in case he had like Brave Bird, but yep, just gonna go straight for the Ice Beam, I believe, on the incoming Luxray. Yeah, it doesn't do much, but damage is damage. It's always gonna help out in the long run. Now this was a weird turn. I don't know how she did this, but I go to Shiftery here predicting another Volt Switch, but she goes for Ice Fang on this turn! Jesus Christ, the predictions. I can't handle it. So it turns out it's like, I think it's fully physically offensive, but it has like Volt Switch just to get momentum going, which is, I guess, an interesting way of doing it. But now we go to Magmar. It is Scarf because otherwise, well, I think I found out earlier it was Scarfed. I don't know how, but yeah, anyway, gonna go for a Flare Blitz on the incoming Mandibuzz. Now this crit definitely did matter because, like, Mandibuzz can take any hit from anything pretty well, and, you know, the fact I got the crit there means that I can get this thing out the way now, go for the T-Punch, take it out. I am Eviolite, so, you know, hey, maybe if I was banded I could 2-hit kill it, but either way, Flare Blitz plus Thunder Punch, that is a dead Mandibuzz, my friends. But now the Luxray comes back in, and I have nothing that I'd want to switch into it, so just gonna stay in, let Magmar die, whatever. At least that proves that he is Scarfed. So now, I can go into your boy, Shrew Manchu, and this, I was fearing this thing coming in here. I was like, do I go for EQ? Do I go for knockoff? Nah, let's go for rocks. She doesn't have a spinner. Just want them up there for the future, you know? Because at least I do have something to potentially take this thing on. So I go to Shiftery, right? I figured Lovely Kiss was coming on the first turn. And Shiftery, even though it is, I think, my only priority left, there's a good reason I chose Shiftery as my sleep fodder, and I'll show you later on. Mostly because I didn't want Lopunny to go to sleep, but there's another reason too. So with Lopunny, I can at least encore it into sub because Lopunny is going to outspeed any Jinx, and, you know, the real problem is, like, even though I can stop it from setting up, I can't actually kill it. Like I have, what do I have? A sleeping Shiftry, that's not going to do anything. Lopunny, which doesn't have any attacks, and like Sandshrew, I think, is my only other Pokemon. So it's going to be an awkward finish. It's going to be messy. It's going to involve a lot of weird, complicated tactics that don't really sort of, you know what I'm saying. I don't really have any like dedicated attackers left, and you know, Shiftry has like one life orb pit left in it. So it's basically going to be like, how long can I last with Lopunny and Sandshrew is pretty much what I'm trying, you know? So as you guys were sub, I sort of figured I'd try and do that because I guess there's nothing else it can do to a Lopunny behind the sub. Unless it had Encore itself, and that would have been an issue, but gonna bat and pass out, go into Shrew Manchu, which is making a triumphant return after the huge amount of overused Tentacle recently. And Sandshrew was not impressed by this, so just gonna stay behind the sub, keep going for EQ because that is what I do. And the great thing is that Foul Play takes a couple of hits to break the sub. It gets the stab bonus, it's got good base power, but luckily Sandshrew's defense is a lot better than its attack, so that is a dead Lipid pretty much. Now, here is the key moment. I am going to go into Luminion because I guess Ice Beam, I didn't want to take on Jinx. Oh no, it's not the key moment just yet. We'll wait for the key moment. You'll know the key moment when it comes. Right, so I'll take an Ice Beam. I can take another one looking at it, so I'm going to go for a Tailwind on this turn. But she gets a crit. This is unfortunate because I was going to go for Tailwind and then Hyper Beam. I can't use Hyper Beam for the thumbnail art now. God damn it. But it's fine. I have a backup plan. Now I'm going to bring in Shiftry here. I pause. Why am I bringing in a sleeping Shiftry which has one guaranteed turn of sleep? Because, my friend, Shiftry gets Early Bird from the Dream World. Is it Dream World? No, it's one of its normal abilities. It gets Early Bird. Therefore, it has a good chance to wake up on the first turn. So I assume she will think that I'm going to go to Lopunny to bait a non-attacking move and Encore her. But I am just going to go straight for the Sucker Punch, take it out from there. And that is a huge load off my mind because I had no other way of dealing with it, to be honest. Lopunny, Sandshrew, yeah, I guess that was my only chance of taking it out, so I'm gonna go to Lopunny to take whatever hit, and it turns out she just goes for EQ, which is fine by me. I mean, like an Encore, take one more of them, and then like copycat the EQ back so that I can get off some damage with Sandshrew. I mean, it probably would have been better if like I died on this turn so that Encore lasted one turn longer. Because Sandshrew will OHKO Luxray from where it's at, and Sorka's not going to enjoy taking hits. And look at that, EQ does like, what, 20 damage or something? I didn't check, but here's the dangerous part. Close combat. Can I take a close combat? Of course I can! Sandshrew can take any close combat. It's crazy, man. Look at that little Shrew and his armored back and his stealth rocks and his EQ. He'll always be the ultimate counter to Sork. So I somehow take that thing down. Somehow live the close combat. Now Luxray comes in. Obviously I'm dead to an Ice Fang. So, you know, at least I have the little Ace of Spades in the back of my pocket, which is my Shiftry. Got one hit left in me, 1 HP. I have the Life Orb. Can a Sucker Punch take it out from there? You bet your ass it can! Take out the Luxray from there. And yeah, that's a double down. That will be a 0-0 finish, so call it a win, call it a draw, call it whatever you like. It was a great game nonetheless. So good game, Elina. Very fun, and you know, I'm glad that we're not showing that horrific defeat from the first battle we had where Jinx just destroyed me, but yeah, round 2 was great. Interesting match, and very close. A lot of hacks, but it might have evened out. I think the Mandibuzz hacks was probably the most important, but whatever. Hope you all enjoyed, and with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.